All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next on Double Take Sports Talk, we will have your Quiz-mania question of the day along with Double Take Sports Court. Today is going to be a interesting Double Take Sports Court, and then we'll have our Quiz-mania answer. We'll have the answers for you, and then along with our final thoughts. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Double Take Sports Talk.
From Indianapolis, Indiana, this is the Double Take Sports Talk show with the Watch Brothers. And here they are, ladies and gentlemen, your hosts, Gerald and Darren Watts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Double Take Sports Talk. Welcome to our podcast with me, Darren Watts. Say hello to Daryl Watts II. What happened?
Hello, everybody. Good morning, early morning. Welcome to the podcast. Darren Watts, what's happening?
What's happening? What is happening? Ain't nothing going on over here.
I see.
Ain't nothing going on over here. Just keeping it to rolling, keeping it to moving the best way you can.
Hey, that's what's up. Especially with the nice weather going on, so you know nothing ain't going on. Windows up.
Yeah, you get that good energy coming in and nice. They got to go out with a jacket. They got to go out with a coat. They got to go out with overalls twice your size. Feel like you're dragging to the ground. Feel like you walking on, literally trying to tear up concrete.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Shoot.
Yeah.
Like, shoot, I went out this morning. I was like, oh, wow, it's nice out here.
It is nice.
Like, okay, it's cool.
Yeah.
About time.
Yeah. We still going to have some 40s weather also still forecast.
Yeah. For a couple of days, maybe 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
it'll be a dramatic time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have our Quiz-mania question of the day. So we'll see how that rolls out, and then we'll have our Double Take Sports Court, and then we'll have the Quiz-mania answer along with that, and then our final thoughts. So, Daryl, you ready to do it?
Yeah, let's do this, man.
Let's do it. Quiz-mania question of the day. I got last week's wrong. 1 right, 1 wrong. And then the week before that, I got 1 right, 1 wrong. And then the very first one with that just flat out I think I got it right. I don't remember. It's been a few weeks ago. Oh, I got it wrong.
Yeah, you got it wrong. Well, originally you would have been right, but you was wrong.
No, I got one of them just flat out right. I got one of
them.
That was the very
first.
Yeah, the very first one, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, that was the second one.
Then what was the first one I got wrong? I don't even remember what the first one was.
Of course.
Forget I said it. So now we head into the Quiz-mania question of the day. Daryl, go ahead with your question of the day.
Okay. Now we're out of the streaks category for this. So this is going to be
not even going to dignify that with a answer or a question.
We'll see. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our Quiz-mania question of the day for April 14th, 2018. All right. This wide receiver recently retired, was a 2006 NFL draftee finished his career with 6,030 yards, Super Bowl winner, and the BCS national champion? Who's the player? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to notification. That's even better. Oh.
Yeah.
How many yards did he have? How many yards did he have?
6,030. And just throw a clue out there.
Well,
just
hang
a
on.
clue.
What was the stats that you had out there?
I never know the stats except that he was a Super Bowl winner and a BCS national champion.
There were stats to me. 6,030 yards, Super Bowl champion, and BCS.
BCS. BCS national champion.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
And one clue I'm giving out is, of course, this is throughout the whole entire NFL draft. I didn't give out no round selection or nothing. This is the whole entire draft. So when you're looking into it, just focus on the ASC.
Okay. I got it.
Apparently so.
All right. Well, I got the stuff down. I'm about to go and look into it. I think I can have this in a matter of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I say this every time and still end up getting something wrong.
Yeah, of course. So, ladies and gentlemen, think about it. Yeah, you got to research. So, that's your Quiz-mania question. So, keep that in mind. We'll have our answer later in the podcast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Double Take Sports Court. Dear, whenever you are getting ready, what's yours?
Last week, I was supposed to have put out a formal introduction to how we was going to do the new Double Take Sports Court. However, in my lacking experience of putting out production, I got to put in video. So hopefully, if you are watching this today, I have actually done it. So we started a new version of Double Take Sports Court. Most of our conversations between me and Daryl usually comes out while either we're in the car or while we are playing a video game or while we are just on the phone or possibly on Zoom talking right now. So we had decided that instead of the way we have originally had done Double Take Sports Court with the investigations of collegiate, NBA level, NFL level, professional sports and all that good stuff, we still would do that on occasion. But when there's nothing like now, we will have our sports court based off of different things that just comes about. We have a formal conversation on a weekday basis, just talking about anything that comes about that we are having a debate about. And this past week, we had a debate and a talk about the Philadelphia 76ers making it to the playoffs and the Indiana Pacers. A very nice formal debate. It wasn't like the Charles Oakley debate. If anybody watched that debate, it's been a minute.
Tensed.
Yeah, so this is a formal introduction to our new Double Take Sports Court using NBA 2K as the video for Double Take Sports Court. If you looked at the teaser for the podcast, you've seen that we were down 17-0 going into before today's podcast. So if you would like to see the outcome of that game, you will see that coming up next, along with our thoughts of the Philadelphia 76ers debate and the Indiana Pacers debate. Hope you enjoy this version of Double Take Sports Court.
So, the NBA season had a very interesting ending to it. You look at the Philadelphia 76ers, they finished out the season 52-30. I would probably say surprised me. And then the Indiana Pacers finishing 48-34 on the year. But what really stood out to me was Philadelphia winning 16 consecutive games in a row. And that really mind-boggled me. So, Daryl, thinking about all of this in the NBA season as a whole, did you ever imagine Philadelphia, for one, winning 16 straight to end their NBA season and to make it to the playoffs, for one? And did you ever expect them to make it to the playoffs?
I think I said this during the I think the beginning of the season, and I remember saying that Philadelphia is going to be a playoff team, but not in the way that I expected from this.
Yeah.
I did, because for one, Philadelphia has really shown that they got the tools, the ability, and the skill to actually be a playoff team.
Yeah.
And it surprised me because regardless of how you want to look at it, Philadelphia is the next team going ahead of Boston, Cleveland, and Toronto. The Sixers can be a legitimate threat to beat those teams. And to be honest, they can beat the Pacers too. And the way that the Pacers have been stellar and well during the close to the second half of the season, they have shown, Philadelphia just shown it. They have been very remarkable. And then to end the season on a 16-game winning streak,
yeah,
this could carry over. They ain't letting up.
I agree. But
they ain't letting up, dude.
Yeah, they're not letting up. But I did not expect Philadelphia to make it to the playoffs again. Matter of fact, I didn't even expect them to make it to the playoffs until about another maybe year or two. Because after Ben Simmons getting injured a couple years ago, when they were a playoff potential team at that time, Ben Simmons getting injured, and then I think it was Joel Embiid and a few other players that got injured, and then their season went down the toilet from there that year.
Just went down the toilet.
But for them to actually come back from that, they came back far more quicker than I expected them to come back. I did not expect them to make it to the playoffs this year. I didn't. And like you said, they could definitely beat the Pacers. Now, the Pacers, on the other hand, they got some pretty good potentials. I'm not even going to lie on that. They got some pretty good potential to possibly make it deep into the playoffs. That I can't say. But
you know what? I'm going to say this, dude. And I'm just going to put this out here. Because of the fact of how much of a legitimate threat the 76ers can be, the 76ers has led the season. They led the season in rebounding. they have, good Lord of mercy. Yeah, they led the season. They led the season league in reboundings per game, and for them to establish themselves to a 16-game winning streak and the defensive efforts, that right there is a big uppercut for a team that they're facing. Who they facing? Is it?
I think they're facing the. Hang on 1 second. Miami Heat, I believe.
Yeah, see, that's going to be a big uppercut for the Miami Heat, especially for them, working hard to get to where they want to be.
Well, that depends on how you look at that. Because Joel Embiid, I think, is ruled out for game number 1 against the Miami Heat.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about the Miami Heat. See, that's the problem. See, people believe that Joel Embiid is the answer to the Philadelphia 76ers. I disagree.
Well, he don't have to be the answer, but he is a part of that winning formula for that team. So
he is part of that winning formula, but you got to look at this at the same time. When Joel Embiid got hurt earlier this month, who carried the load? Ben Simmons. They could have been straight down the toilet when Joel Embiid got hurt. But Ben Simmons carried that load. And then Markelle Fultz came in. He did his thing. And now they just seem even more unstoppable. That, like I said, for the Heat, it's going to be a big uppercut. Because the Heat worked hard to get to where they want to be. And for a man like Hassan Whiteside to be in a strategy, to be in fit for all strategies for the Miami Heat, it can hurt Miami. It can.
Well, my whole thing is that even though Ben Simmons carried that team, Joel Embiid to me is a part of that winning formula. Regardless to him being injured, regardless to him possibly struggling with his injuries or anything in his game, I don't have any doubt that Philadelphia can possibly beat Miami in this series. However, Miami is just as good. Not just because they finished the season 44-38, that don't make this series very easy for either team. So I don't even think it's going to be an uppercut for Miami. I think it's going to be far more of a good challenge in a way that Miami will be able to formulate a winning strategy to help them beat Philadelphia. Now, with Joel Embiid injured, you gotta also consider team chemistry. If he is out and he comes back in, how would they be able to handle their game with Joel Embiid back? How would they be able to handle it? Will Miami be able to take advantage of that? Or will Miami not take advantage of it and Philadelphia go and beat them? It's something you can't even possibly consider right now, because that series is very much so a toss-up right now. It's a very much toss-up. I know Philadelphia is probably most likely going to be the favorite to win. And Will Walker said some very, very strong words about the Miami Heat, considering that he said that the Miami Heat is the better team in the East, because there is nobody that is better than Miami Heat. But there are 5 other teams ahead of Miami. The Pacers, the Cavs, the 76ers, Boston, and Toronto. Now, Boston, on the other hand, have been winning without Kyrie Irving. Now you got a better Boston team with Brad Stevens as their head coach So Miami is not the only best team in the East. The West got some injuries. The only potential team that I can actually see going to the Western Conference right now is the Houston Rockets. They finished the season 67-14 on the year. I think it was 67-14 on the year.
It should be
65. Sorry, 65-17.
Okay.
But when you have that winning formula, Philadelphia is on a winning streak, but the playoffs is a whole new season. It's a whole new season, so you can never speculate that Philadelphia could just go and just win these games. I don't even think they had any playoff experience since Ben Simmons joined the team. So you got to also consider
they
that.
They have not had a playoff appearance, I believe, since.
Was it during the Allen Iverson years?
I think so. I believe so. I could be wrong. But my whole thing with that is that even if Philadelphia may be out of the equation because of what you believe about Miami and the Pacers and Boston and all them, my thing is that Philadelphia have shown for the East, in the East, that they're competitors. They're just as much as competitors than the Pacers, the Celtics, and the Rockets, the Warriors. They're right up there. Now they may not be, sweeping the Miami Heat. I'm aware of that, but at the same time, Miami has that formula. They have that formula. Now, all these Philadelphia teams has been winning championships this year. You got Villanova. They won the Final Four. Then you got the Eagles. They won the Super Bowl. All within this year. Philadelphia Eagles, not the Eagles. The 76ers can be feeding off of that. Now, I'm not saying they could win the championship. That could be out of the question. But at the same time, the city of Philadelphia is booming. And they're booming well. They are booming real well. That's why I believe you cannot take out Philadelphia. You said it. Impressive for them to end the regular season on a 16-game winning streak. And they could be even more dangerous going into this playoffs. It's real. It's real, and you can't even erase that. You can't even erase that.
That's true, but you also got to consider, like I said, this is a young team that probably have not had any playoff experience at all. I don't know who on that team actually had playoff experience with other teams, but Philadelphia as a team have not had experience since the Allen Iverson era that I know of. So considering that and knowing that, as young players, they probably going to most likely be on a struggle boat. The veteran team of the Indiana Pacers, when they went to the NBA Finals in 2000, haven't had a playoff experience, haven't had an NBA Finals appearance since the ABA years. As a matter of fact, never even had an NBA Finals appearance. That was their first one. And they didn't
you
really...
about the 1999-2000 season.
Yeah.
That NBA Finals appearance then.
Say that again.
You're talking about the Pacers, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the Pacers.
Yeah, they had the NBA Finals appearance in 1999-2000 season, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
One, right?
That was their only one. That was their only one. So, when you have that, they lost to the Lakers 4-2. And they were a veteran team. A veteran team. Rick Smith, Dale Davis.
And this could be a young team, that's hungry. Experience may not have nothing to do with this. They could be hungry for this. And if they can show that they're hungry for this, other teams can be in big trouble.
I think it's just too early right now to consider if Philadelphia could even make it deep into the playoffs. That's just me. Same with the Pacers. I'm not even 100% sure that they could even.
I'm not
play
even going to go
the
with
playoffs.
the whole deal with the Pacers. This is already a rematch of the first round of last year's playoffs. I have not changed my perspective on how I feel about that. So I'm not even going to get into that.
Well, I mean, they are also a different team. This is a different team. They have beat Cleveland once before.
Well, they did take the series 3-1, I think.
No, they didn't. I think it was 3-2. And I think the series was tied.
They don't play 5 times a year. They play 4.
Okay, so the series had to be tied.
No, I think the Pacers took 3-1.
So you telling me that the Pacers won 3 games? I'm looking because I'm about to find out. Because I don't ever remember them winning 3 games against Cleveland. I remember them winning 2, but not 3. Yeah, there's the first one. They leave. Wait a minute. Sorry. Hang on. Let me sidetrack that. I got it. Let me give you 1 second. I'm looking now. You have first game. Where they get? It's all the way down at the bottom. Here we go. This is the preseason. That don't count. Wait, no, it's not. Yeah, it's the preseason. That don't count. Here you go. First game, Pacers won 124-107. That was a 1-0 lead. Second game, Pacers won 106-102. And I think Cleveland took the next 2 games. Game 3, yeah, it's 3-1.
Yeah, I know this. 3-1.
I never really even paid attention. I thought that Cleveland won 2 games against the Pacers.
No.
Even if, like I said, if they can win that, it's possible that they could take this series. Now, Cleveland reformulated their team. So now you have practically no help from LeBron James with his teammates. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to spine out.
Yeah.
Remember, LeBron's going to try to.
Remember, you got the black and white.
And you also got people that could retaliate against the black and white. The Orlando Magic against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Back in 2009 or 2010. Supposed to have been the Lakers in the...
Team. They're not even in the top 5 on the point sheet team. Orlando Magic was.
Whole new season, Pill.
Pacers.
A whole new season. Bojan Bogdanovic has been tearing them up from the 3-point line. Playing stellar defense. Victor Oladipo is shooting lights out. If Miles Turner can step back, hit a few 3-pointers, that team can be in the top. Their game plan wasn't to hit that many 3-pointers. But you never know with this type of playoff atmosphere, with a team like Cleveland, trying to make it to the NBA Finals under the black and white. You never know what will happen on that behalf. I'm not ruling out the fact that the Pacers can turn into a 3-point shooting team in the playoffs.
I'm not ruling out anything that the Pacers can do during the playoffs. I'm not ruling anything out. At the same time, however, there are other sides that you have to look at because of the Pacers' strong ability. And with the Pacers' strong ability, it may not sit well with us. Trust me, I would love to see the Pacers go and beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in my fantasy be 4 games to 1.
I think it might go into 7, but we'll see.
It would definitely either go into 7 or the Cleveland winning in 6.
We'll
Now
see.
last year that was a sweep. A very unfair sweep, but it was a sweep.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We would definitely
doubt.
see. So
No
we'll see
doubt.
how it works out, and hopefully we'll have an answer in the upcoming. Well, we will have an answer in the upcoming weeks of the playoffs, especially as we go deep into it. We'll see how it works out, Duro. We'll see how it works out.
Yeah, that works out. Okay. Had the time to look things over, do a little bit of research, maybe not. But it's time for the Quiz-mania answer. Derek got 2 cracks at it to get the answer. So, before we get his answer, I'm going to reread this question. This wide receiver, recently retired, was a 2006 NFL draftee, finished his career with 6,030 yards, Super Bowl winner, and a BCS national champion. Who's this player? Darren, 2 cracks. Go for it.
Let me be the first to tell you, Daryl, watch the second. I do not need 2 cracks at this. I know who it is, and I'm about to break it all down to you. NFL draft. He was drafted 2006, round 1, pick number 25. He was born March 3rd, 1984, 5 feet 11 inches.
Crap!
He played with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the New York Jets.
I don't care. Get straight to the point.
Bears. This man is Santonio Holmes Jr. He won the Super Bowl with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He won the BCS National Championship in 2002 and was the Super Bowl MVP in that same year he won the Super Bowl. I don't need 2 cracks at that, pimp. You want some more information? He graduated. He went to college at Ohio State. You want more? I'm rubbing it all in your face today. You was talking all that smack last week and the week after before that. And here it is.
Look, I'm telling you, this was just because I had to do this yesterday. That's it. That's it. I'm sick of you. I'm so sick of you.
I'm sick of you. How about that?
Fine by me. I don't care.
He went to Glaze Central High School in Belgrade, Florida. Any more information?
So that is the correct answer. That is the correct answer. Santonio Holmes.
He played basketball too, which is why he has a great, incredible vertical leap.
And that's why he been hurt too. So get past it.
I'm just sharing information. That's all.
I don't care what you try. I don't care.
Oh, I see you don't care now.
No.
You want me to put some salt on your wound?
Nah, I'm just gonna get to work on Monday. I'm gonna put that chip on my shoulder and get to work. I'm not thinking about you.
Yeah, I'll put some salt on that wound if you want me to.
Yeah, of course. Of course. It's whatever. Monday, I'm cracking right down to it. So anyway. That was Santonio Holmes. That was the Quiz-mania question of the day. I'm pretty sure it was a no-brainer to everybody else too. So,
well, I mean, you have
you
have a lot of people that had won Super Bowl championship ring, but not
within that draft class. The only probably the next person in line was Joseph and I. And he's a running back.
He did win a ring, did he? forgot he was with the Colts in 2006, 2007. I thought it was just 2009 that he made the Super Bowl but never won one. I forgot.
Nah, he had 2 Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah,
So,
and only won one.
And only won one. Yeah. So, yeah, that is your Quiz-mania answer. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your Quiz-mania question of the day. All right, final thoughts. Dear, you got anything to us? What's up?
Nah, I ain't got nothing. Not this time.
Of course not. Why can I not close out this browser? Yeah, I don't care. Neither do I. I don't think I have anything either. My brain's slipping, but I thought I did, but I don't. If I do, it'll just be a loss. But other than that, if there's nothing else, we go ahead and wrap this up and get on out of here.
Let's do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that ends another edition of Double Take Sports Talk. If you like what you see, of course, you give this video a thumbs up. How you feel about today's show? You just comment in the comment section below as usual. We're here. Of course, we're on the social media sites of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hit us up on those sites too. We're here. As does anything in particular, doesn't matter what. We're on iTunes also. Download our episodes. But until then, I'm Daryl. There's on the opposite side.
Yep.
All right, catch up with us on another episode of Double Take Sports Talk. Until then,
Ciao.
ciao. Double Take Sports Talk here with me, Daryl Watts. As many of you know, me and Darren enjoy talking sports and giving out stats, but we also enjoy entertaining while doing it. So with that being said, you can check us out on the social media side and get more involved in our podcast. We're on Twitter at DTST2414, or you like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at The Watch Brothers. We're also on YouTube. Like, share, do what you got to do with that. Once again, we don't mind. Also, we are finally back on the podcast app for audio-only purposes for those who enjoy audio-only of our podcast. We're also on the blog, feature critical thinking and analysis, and you can check that out at doubletakesportstalk.blogspot.com. Thanks again.